I'm done. I'm done. It's all done. Fantasy Premier League is absolutely a pain in the ass for me. Everything that I choose to be as a human being, Fantasy Premier League rips it out from me. Patience, humiliation, being humble, not being self absorbed, everything that I stand for and I stand to correct about myself is getting torn about by Fantasy Premier League. Everything about whatever I said after this intro. Hit it. Welcome to Humble Discussions. We are doing a very special 7, 8, 10 minutes of Fantasy Premier League. I'm not giving any advices, I'm not giving any tips. I'm just here venting my frustrations about the Fantasy Premier League, and I am sick and tired, bro. You know, I am a United fan. Trust me, when I say I'm tired, I'm actually tired of the entire fucking Fantasy Premier League. Dude, it's eating me up, and it's not even a good thing, you know, being a United fan and then being a Fantasy Premier League manager. It sucks. Oh my god. I want to get into it very soon, but before I do it, I just want to make sure I am kind of biased about couple of players when it comes to Fantasy Premier League. Couple of players, not a lot, because they have always performed for me in the past. So I tend to keep them in, no matter how if they are playing or not. So some of the decisions that I take and the repercussions that I face are on me completely, but most of them are not fucking on me, man. They are not, and it is an absolute mayhem. My Fantasy Premier League team and my career as a Fantasy Premier League manager has absolutely been a mayhem. Let me clarify this by saying I did win one very local and niche competition back, I think in 2012, when we played the Euros Fantasy. I think I won amongst several people in a group, and I placed really high in the global leaderboards as well. I don't have a screenshot to prove it, but I'm sure I did it, and a lot of my friends will, you know, testify it for me. And after that, I've really been hooked into it because I think I can do well with I can do great with management of this Fantasy Premier League idea. But again, getting straight into it, the first fucking issue with this season's Premier League is I brought in Ronaldo, right? Who doesn't? 10 million striker, you bring him in, he'll bang you goals. He's done that in the past. He's always been doing that for all of the seasons in all the leagues that he's playing. So just bring him in and he'll bang you goals. Put in Ronaldo. I put in Ronaldo, didn't start the first game. Started the second game, we got thrashed 4-0 by Brentford, by the way. Brentford. And then he never made a start and never scored any goals, right? Till the very last game, and that too in the Europa, he scored a penalty. So I am completely, I don't know what to do, and I have kept him in my team for the longest. I just removed him yesterday for whatever reasons. I'll get to that later. But I brought him in and nothing happened. So for 10 million for a player, when you have only 15 players to select for, and you spend 10 on one and he doesn't, I think more than 10, he's like 10.5 something, and he doesn't perform. Again, I'm biased about Ronaldo, of course. I do put him on my team because I love the player Ronaldo. Plus, he's giving me returns, right? He's always given me returns in international tournaments, in national tournaments, in club tournaments. He's always given me results in my Fantasy Premier League team, but now he's not, right? So do I move him out? Do I move him in? Please tell me. I don't know. Comment or something. I don't know, man. Second one, right? Very important. So I removed Ronaldo last day for Mitrovic. Fulham win. They scored 3 goals. Mitrovic scored in every single game that they have played in the past. I bring Mitrovic in. He doesn't score. Doesn't even assist somebody. He plays for the entirety of the game, but he doesn't score. What should I do? Is this just luck? I'll tell you why it's not luck, because the next one that I'm coming for will prove it to you, right? So a player was playing great, and then I subbed him in and he didn't perform for that one game, right? So can be luck, right? The next player that I want to bring up, Zinchenko, is doing really great for first 2-3 games for Arsenal. So I followed his trait of a player, the curve of his player, and how well he was doing, blah blah blah. I bring him in after 3 games, right? After 3 games, I was patient with myself that I'm not going to bring a defender in. I was patient with him. I'm not going to replace I'm going to give my current set of players some time. So I keep my patience. I bring Zinchenko in. Doesn't start for 2 games, bro. And when he starts the next game, he gets subbed off really soon. I mean 60 minutes or 65 minutes. I don't really remember. But yeah, that was the case. Doesn't start for 2 fucking straight games. He was there in my fucking team. What am I supposed to do? Who, like, I'm not a fucking bookie. Like, I don't get insider news. How do people, I don't know. There was a player when Firmino scored 3 goals and had 3 assists. I don't know, against Southampton, Bournemouth. A fucking player had Firmino as captain somewhere around the world, somewhere in the world. In what universe was he playing? I don't know. But he had Firmino as captain. And what? Who does that, bro? Who does that? So the next point I was coming in was Zinchenko. So I was patient with the player, brought him in, doesn't perform, gets out of the fucking team, straight away out of the team, not even playing and giving me 2 points, not playing entirely, right? Another sad story. So that is what, when I was patient with the player and I bought him in, didn't perform. I patiently play for Ronaldo for the longest, not starting. So both my doors are closed. So what I do, I rely on the players that I have, right? And just hope they perform. So Haaland has been doing great for me. He's doing great. He's scoring goals in all the games that I have actually, since I bought him in. I didn't bring him, I have him from the start of the season because I have my money on him and I always believe that he's going to be the leading scorers for the next 2 or 3 seasons at least. And I know that for a fact that will happen. And I will not bet on Nunez. I never had, and I never will. So now about Salah, right? First couple of games I didn't have Salah, because he's very, very expensive. So I took a gamble with Diaz, right? So Salah scores goals, he makes assists. Nunez also scores a goal, I think, in the first couple of weeks. I bring Salah in. Out of the 5 next games, he performs in maybe 2. The entire game with Bournemouth, when they scored 9 fucking goals, Salah didn't do shit. When everyone has the player and I don't, the player fucking performs. When I bring him in for, whatever reason I didn't have him for the first couple, because he's a Premier League performer, he always performs, right? So you should have him. You should have him if you are a Premier League addict and you know what's going to happen. So I thought, okay, let's go with the trend. Let's bring in Salah. The game against Bournemouth, he does nothing. No assist. No fucking goals. So what is the way out? I don't fucking know. I love the player Son. I tried to show patience with him for the longest. I kept him. He's fucking 11 million for a midfielder, right? He's pretty highly rated. I keep him for a couple of weeks. Does nothing. I move him. So not like I moved him just before he performed, but I moved him out like a couple of weeks ago because I saw he's not performing. So a couple of weeks he doesn't perform even after I move him out. So I was like happy, great. 11 million, I didn't waste it. I was not holding on to a player that I shouldn't and wasn't driven by emotions. In the next 2 weeks, he comes out and gets a hat-trick in 13 minutes. Player is brilliant, but he was not performing as per a fantasy Premier League standards. He was not performing. He comes out and scores a fucking hat-trick, bro. Hat-trick. 13 minutes. I don't know if what I should. I have no clue, man, of how to react to these things. Thank God I didn't have fucking Ivan Toney on my team for the longest. I didn't have him because I would have flipped if I would have had Ivan Toney on my team, and I moved him before he performed and got a hat-trick couple of game week back. I would have completely flipped and I would have completely deleted my team if that would have happened. But thankfully it didn't happen, and I just want help from people and think like if I should keep Mitrovic for the longest, because I just bought him in because this was a very tricky week where you only have 8 games, so you don't have you have less choices to choose players from. Of course, some of the players are not playing. Liverpool players are not playing. Brighton players are not playing. So I just need help with the choices of keeping Mitrovic for the longest because I don't want to. But I have removed Ronaldo after 8 to 10 years of keeping him in my team, because I don't think he's gonna start. Even though as biased as I am, I don't think he's gonna start anymore. And if you're not starting, you might as well not be on a fantasy Premier League team. Be anywhere else. yeah, so this is all my rant. I do have other editions of the same coming in. I have saved some pointers for the next video because I don't want to make this very long. I do have them, and one of them involves fucking Ivan Perisic. I have that in my mind. I'll come back with him in the next video. Why he caused me a lot of pain as well for my fantasy Premier League team. But for this video, this is it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please comment to help me get out of this fucking mental condition. And also because I'm a United fan, I think I can handle this, right? I can handle. Oh my god, I can handle this. I can handle this. No, I can't. See you guys.